Hey, look at the others. Get you a girl. Get you a girl.
Hi, honey. Hi, guys. It is Tuesday? No. Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Jake is working. I got off work and I'm at home now. And the little rugrats are in their cage. He had them out this morning and they're still sleeping, so I'm not gonna disturb them and bring them out. But he did send me a really cute video today of something that Saoirse did, and I'll try to insert it here so that you can see. But she got into one of the bags of stuff that I brought home from work and attempted to steal it. When I first saw the video, I thought it was Scotty, but when I talked to Jake at work, he said it was Saoirse. Little troublemaking devil. I've honestly been wondering, you know, the whole thing with the vlogging, like, is it even worth it to start it up again? I mean, I like to do it, but compared to some other people's lives who vlog, we are the most boring, mundane people I have ever seen on YouTube. But at the same time, we're also just starting out. I mean, the people that we watch, like Live Each Day, they have been doing this for years and years and years. And we've been doing it inconsistently since we got married, so year and a half. I mean, we're gonna be married. No, we have been married 2 years. It'll be 3 this year. But yeah, we've only been vlogging for not long. And so part of me just wonders, is it really worth it? But I mean, especially with the way YouTube is now, I mean, in order to even, the way YouTube is designed, in order to make any money on anything, your channel has to have at least 10,000 views before you can get ads on your videos, which is how you make money. We have a very long way to go. Oh, I'm getting kisses. I'm getting kisses.
Graceful lunch. Great white carpet shirt.
And he is out. I need to wake him.
Yep. Scotty. Gotta pet him a little harder than that. Nathan, just pick him up.
I also want to pay attention to this one to make sure she doesn't bite me.
Let me get Scotty out of there.
But she's loving all over me. I'll have to just pick her up.
I'll take Scotty out. Alright.
I need the other side. Other side, dear.
Wake up, Scotty.
Oh dear, there's a poo in the corner.
Yeah, there's several poos in the corner, especially up here. I think we need to move a box up there.
Maybe.
Wait, welcome to the land of the living. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still
just
out.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes before the land of the living, huh? There you go. Wakey, wakey. Hello, Saoirse. Hello, Saoirse.
Yep, there she goes.
Straight from my nose. Don't lick the nostril, because I don't like smell his ferret breath. And any moment, yep, she's looking for my ear. And there she goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saoirse, what is
What
it?
is your fascination with my ears? That tickles, that tickles, that really stop. That tickles, that tickles. That tickles so much. That tickles so much.
I'm
You're such a
pretty
tickly
sure
little
she's
creature.
bonding with you, honey. If only she'd bond with me. Although I think she's slowly working on it. She hasn't bitten me so far.
Oh. I need to back out of that game.
Better go.
I didn't set it to stop matchmaking. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about her.
It tickles.
I told you it tickles. It's the whiskers and
How about
everything.
the tongue? Not that.
I told you it tickles. It's the whiskers and everything.
You know that tongue thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And she will probably still try to nibble on you.
Mm-hmm.
Although for me, usually just she kind of puts some teeth into it, but not really any strength. I think she's figuring this out. And I think I went way wayward with the camera there. Yeah, she's going for your ear.
No. But I think she wants down.
So...
No, he's over here.
Oh, there he is, the great white
I'm-
carpet shark himself. And Saoirse. And Scotty's over there doing his thing.
She started to war dance.
And she's following you a little. Yep, she's following you still.
She's still. Yes,
Yep, she is still following you.
Well, they say,
Oh, she's not anymore.
Well, they say that you should teach your ferrets to chase. It's a fun game for them. All right.
I did have to extract Scotty from the couch
Again.
in order to put him on the bed.
Well, they don't know about that from yesterday. Was it yesterday?
What?
What are you trying
Which
to
part?
do?
I'm just switching hands.
Scotty in the couch.
Yeah, Scotty's been able to get into the couch these days. He's found a hole. And speaking of which, it looks like he's looking for that hole.
Right there. That is your bathroom. That is your bathroom. They were trying to steal the treat bag. Weren't you, bub? Weren't you? Graceful. Graceful you are not. What's he doing? Huh? Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried doing that with him once and he bit my arm. You gotta be quicker than he. Look at those little toe beans. Those toe beans. Hello.
He's like, what you got there?
You gonna say hi to everybody? Huh? You gonna say hi?
The great white emerges.
The great white emerges.
Yeah. This is
The
white.
white.
The great white carpet shark.
Yeah. So, we're going to throw a shameless plug in here. There is really no good way to segue this.
So we'll just say it.
We have each written a book. That was one of the major changes since last year. Well, you should have seen him trying to get up. He fell the first time. Like, oh, almost stepped on another one. But yeah. So one of the changes that happened from last year this time was, well, actually Jake has written 2 books. I've just written 1. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because we're actually getting ready to work through another chapter of a book that we are writing together that will be coming out.
Co-authoring.
Yeah, co-authoring. It'll be coming out. We don't know when. We're still working. What was that sound?
What sound?
I heard you burp and then it sounded like squish.
I made a sound with my lips after the burp.
It sounded like one of the parents had diarrhea. It did.
Sorry.
Ugh, it was gross, honey.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Anyway, we are still actually working on this book. We've completely written it, and now we're going back over it and refining it. So let me just, throw the shameless plugs in here. Jake's books, honey, I need info. Your book,
Titles.
yes, your titles.
The first is called Royalty Not of Blood.
Which is actually one you wrote in college, right?
Yeah. I got it published actually just before my second round of college.
And you republished it.
Yes, republished it because my first publisher kind of sort of went out of business.
Yeah.
Although they were doing apparently they were doing some rather shady stuff in the background, so I'm kind of glad they did. Anyway.
Royalty Not of Blood.
So the first one's Royalty Not of Blood, and the second one is it's called From Shadow Redemption.
And
So.
your author name?
You need to give me like a questionnaire from the
I
author.
hope that was not
I
recorded.
publish under a pen name of Mason Cage.
I will put links in the description below from where you can get the book if you're interested. All of our books are on Amazon. So, yeah. Now my book, I also publish under a pen name. My pen name is Alethea Rose. And my book is called... Oh, crap. I suddenly forgot what my book was called. Hiding from Dragons. Yes. Oh, what genre are your books, honey? That would help people, too.
Fantasy. Medieval fantasy.
And my book is a modern-day crime novel / romance / suspense. Yeah. And then the book that we are currently working on is something we are super excited about. I cannot stress how excited we are about this. Honey, would you care to share why we are so super excited about it?
There's a lot of reasons, honey.
Well, it's because it is going to be the first in a series. And the series is going to be super epic. What else? I mean, we have dreams of this turning into a movie.
Hopefully.
And even maybe a video game.
That would be even better.
Yeah, video game would be really cool, but a movie would be awesome as well. We are super excited about it because we're super passionate about it, for one. And there's the idea of getting a fan base for this book even before it gets published. I heard skittering. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be reading over a chapter, and I might include a little clip of us reading it. It all depends on how Jake feels, because he feels self-conscious when reading out loud.
Because I'm the one who does most of the reading.
Yeah. Well, I do the girl voices. He does the guy voices.
That's why and the narration.
Yeah, and the narration. So yeah, he does most of the reading. Do we want to tell them the name of the book or anything? Or do we just want to leave that a mystery?
Leave them hanging for a vlog or two.
Leave them hanging? Well, I guess they'll get a sample of it with the clip of us reading it.
He looked at Drago, still breathing heavily. Could you pass me my satchel? My extra breeches are in there. Drago tossed it to him, and Jirok went about getting himself dressed again. By the time Jirok was clothed, Tassia rejoined them, adjusting her hair as she approached.
So what now? How will we even find the Felahara?
Tristan pointed to the forest not far away. We're in Lake Meladika now, so we head toward Silverfort. He hefted his satchel onto his shoulder. And as for finding the Felahara, it's more likely they'll find us. They started into the forest in the direction of the capital of Silverfort, northwest of where they were. Meladika was known across the continent for its tall forests and thick trees. There were places deeper in the woods that were completely impassable because of how thick the vegetation grew. Strangely enough, the Felahara never had problems getting around in the forests. They were a somewhat reclusive people, preferring isolation to involvement in others' political and military disputes. They had aided Lakasura in times past, but never with any military forces, just supplies and counsel. Rumors abounded that the Felahara could control the trees, and that invaders would be confounded and trapped at every turn because of it. The trees around the four were tall, but none of them moved, though Tassia could have sworn she felt like they were being watched. Tristan informed her that it was because they probably were being watched. Tassia looked around at the forest as they went deeper in. The trees had to be twice the width of a man's arm, had to be twice as wide as a man's arm width, and many of them had mosses or ivy climbing up from the forest floor. The high branches gave the trees a towering feel, making her feel small around them. Birds could be heard calling and flying through the branches, and there was the occasional sound of something scampering through the underbrush. On a nearby tree, a small green lizard climbed and slinked up around the trunk. It stopped for a moment to look at Tassia, its forked tongue flitting in and out of its mouth. Tassia then tapped Jirok's shoulder, pointing at the lizard when she got his attention.
What's that?
Jirok looked and nodded. A tree slither. They won't bother you, but they have a nasty bite if they get upset. Some people keep them as pets back home. Drago lost my paragraph. Drago looked back. They keep the vermin in check too. That's a friend of mine in Halengra has one, and the roots of the two trees in front of them suddenly ripped up from the ground and formed a wall to block their path. They all quickly moved to try to go around to the left, but another tree joined in with its roots to block that avenue as well. They turned around only to find themselves staring down Felahar and arrows and bows drawn and aimed at them.